live, we up, and we are live here on Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Alright, family. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Let's go to alright. So I asked and I received. So I said, hey man, I need a graphic artist. And lo and behold, guess what came to me? Brother Kwame said, man, Sister Sherry is a graphic artist. I text her. She texted me right back. She's working on it. So the Daily Toaster shirt will be out. It might be a couple of days later than I thought. But hopefully we'll be able to get it out real soon. We're still working on it. We're coming from the ground level. So those of you that's been investing, well, I ain't even investing. Those that's been purchasing the shirt. I greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate your patience. But yo, I need to let y'all know you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simple production, and of course, you know this is the Daily Toast. You know, the only thing we strive to do here is we strive to blow up those old paradigms. Grab your glass, family. Grab your glass. Grab your glass.
Mr. Daddy.
Guess what? Drink your water. Drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and sip your water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, breathe. Or better yet, breathe, drink. And lift your glass and drink some water. Curl your glass and drink some water. Press your glass and drink some water. Just drink some water. Drink. I think I will, thank you. Drink. Now move your body, drink some water. I did my stretch and run this morning. Move your body, drink some water. What? Move your body, drink some water. Man, move your body. And drink. Move, drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass. Drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, drink. Breathe, sip, move, drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift your glass and sip some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. I see you out there, my friend. Drink. Lift your glass. glass. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. What? Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. I'm trying to post up this message. Be sure to get your shirts, t-shirts, family. Because we are a media company and we're trying to get the message out. Yep. So if you ain't already, get yours at the $10 mark. I don't know when the next time I'm going to post that up. Because we beyond that right now. So be sure to drink, drink, drink. All right, family, I want to welcome you once again to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Anime? What you doing? Wake up. I want to welcome y'all again to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. You know this is the Heart of December production. Shouts out to Ruthie Willis. I see you out there. This is Heart of December Productions, and this is the Daily Toast. We strive to blow up those old paradigms. Alright, so I'm sitting up here trying to see what's going on. I really don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to figure it out as we kick it on down the line. So I'm posting up the tags so people can get t-shirts if they want. Those of you that's our regular Daily Toasters, you already know all y'all gotta do is hit me up and I'm gonna hook you up with the $10 piece. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I am. I just be talking. But, you know, some people that's not that, you know what I'm saying? If you know, I mean, it's like, I got some people that's been around kicking it with me for a while. So, of course, they know they getting them at $10 if they want them. But, damn, it won't let me post. I don't know what's going on. So, I'm trying to post it up. And this episode has no message yet. Be the first to write a message. So, I'm trying to write a message. It won't let me write a message. But, all right, family. So, we got a couple of things we need to run through real quick. I just want to make sure that we are all clear. We all in the house. Well, we ain't all in the house, but y'all know how we do. You know, we do the best we can with what we can, how we can, when we can. So it won't let me post up on the Spreaker app. So I'll try to come back and do that a little bit later. Anyway, but here we go. So, now, of course, you know, we got the show tonight. We got Folk Tales for Grown Folks. We're going to run through the folk tale pretty quick, real soon. But first, we got some news articles that I think that we really, really need to. Were you able to hook up with? Yes. And she's working on it now, and I'm waiting for her to give me the formats because she says she knows the formats that they're gonna do. Cool. It finally posted up on Spreaker. So, but yeah, so she's going to post up. I told her exactly what I needed. I added a couple more words to the back of the shirt. So I got the hookup now. So I'm real happy, and I'm waiting to send this payment. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I got some stuff on the timeline that I think we need to go through. All right, y'all ready? I hope y'all ready, because we're gonna do this real quick, right? Daycare owner. This is from Fox News. Daycare owner who tried to hang toddler from noose gets probation. I had to take a drink on that one. Let me read that again. Just 7 hours ago. I mean, well, it happened before this, but this daycare owner who tried to hang toddler from noose gets probation. Do anybody want to take anybody want to take a guess? Anybody want to take a leap of faith on this one and describe the situation? Anybody out there? Because I already know this. I don't even think this was her child that she was hanging. This was somebody else's child, and she got probation. You know, you do some shit like this, and where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is going to jail, if not the grave. All right, here we go. A daycare owner who pleaded guilty to attempted murder for trying to kill a toddler by hanging him from a noose in her basement, was sentenced Monday to probation. Natalie Correa, 43, was sentenced in Hennepin County Court in Minnesota to 10 years. The Star Tribune reported she also was sentenced to mandatory mental health treatment and will be electronic home monitoring for 2 months. I'm stunned because it don't make no sense to me. All right. In November 2016, a father was dropping off his son at Correa's home for childcare. A criminal complaint stated she led him to the basement where he saw a toddler hanging from a noose. The father released the 16-month-old and fled. The child survived. Correa reportedly fled the scene in her minivan and while doing so, hit a pedestrian, another driver, and a bicyclist. So she ran over 3 motherfuckers, getting away from the scene of the crime, for which she pleaded guilty to criminal vehicular operation. Ain't nothing more powerful than white woman's tears. Where are you able to each and every seems more and more clearly that this so-called society needs correcting. Anubis. How you doing, Anubis? Hey man, you still having problems with the Apple, huh? I hope I'm able to get the app soon. Let me know, my brother. She was taken into custody when police found her preparing to jump off a highway overpass, according to the newspaper. Judge Gye-Nyame said in agreement with doctors that Correa was a low risk to reoffend. Y'all see why I gotta drink. You see why you gotta drink water. You gotta drink water to wash this bullshit up out your system. Great. And yes, I am not connecting with them. Damn. Alright. Judge Gye-Nyame said in agreement with doctors that Correa was a low risk to reoffend, calling her actions the perfect storm of factors unlikely to ever be repeated. Correa's defense attorney, let's look at what the Brockton Hunter said. Correa, who has spent 20 months in jail since the incident and will get credit for her time already served, will leave jail no later than Tuesday. Okay, she was in jail for 20 months for attempted murder of a baby. She hit a pedestrian, a bicyclist, and another motor vehicle. I wonder if she even had insurance. Seems to be a lot of Eastern and Western Asiatics in Minnesota trying not to discourage the trafficking in that area, because I cannot understand the reasoning. Correa's promised to follow probation and said in court she was glad no one died. Where's my alarm at? Where's my alarm? I need my alarm. Where the alarm at? Fuckery alarm. This the one. Fuckery alert. Fuckery alert. Be aware. Be aware. Fuckery is afoot. And it's very dangerous. I'm just like, yo, fam, we can't get away selling cigarettes. She ran over. She hit 3 motherfuckers. Tried to hang a toddler and attempted suicide. Now she on probation. Correa promised to follow probation and said in court she was glad no one died. Her attorney said Correa's actions were aggravated, if not wholly caused by abuse from Natalie's husband. Correa's son Denny's testified in May that his mother suffered mental and physical abuse both in the Ukraine, where she came from in 2006, and America. Kerry reported Denny's said his mother had suicidal thoughts the week leading up to the November 2016 incident, but her husband wouldn't allow her to get help. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I hear. Okay. Y'all heard it, right? Okay. All right. Next story. Check this shit out. This one right here. Y'all ready? Real quick news. Real quick. It ain't gonna be quick. Y'all know I'm lying right now, right? Listen. They always have some excuse for. That's what I'm saying. Always got excuse for their bad behavior, but prosecute and murder others, us. You know what I'm saying, for minor shit. You know what I'm saying? We got motherfuckers walking up to cars with guns and shit and blasting motherfuckers with families in the car and shit like that. I mean, it's the shit boggles your mind that you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, yo, something ain't right. Brother Kwame said, don't forget the brother who accidentally shot the Eastern Western Asiatic woman and was in prison without much ado. And the brother was a police officer. No, I don't remember that one. Yeah, we got to remember that. We got to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Can't shoot them. Shit. All right, here we go. Democrat immigration dogma is damaging African American communities. Hold on. It's about to go down right now. Y'all need to listen to this. Just we're going to go through just a little bit of this, right? If you're a Democrat and you question the party's orthodoxy on immigration, prepare to be excommunicated. That's the grim lesson of a recent fracas involving Our Revolution, the progressive advocacy group founded by Senator Bernie Sanders. Our Revolution just fired its National Justice Director after she publicly pointed out that the excessive immigration can hurt low-wage Americans, workers. The staffer, Teslin Figueroa, a woman of African American and Latin descent. I don't know why they got an X on the Latinx descent. I don't know why they got it like that. Took to Twitter to complain about foreigners coming into the country and getting benefits that Americans do not get. Figueroa voiced an uncomfortable truth, and her dismissal reveals, this is Newsweek, this is from Newsweek, by the way, and her dismissal reveals the stunning hypocrisy at the heart of the modern democratic politics. The party claims to champion the economic well-being of black and Hispanic Americans, yet it also supports unfettered immigration, which, according to a vast amount of economic literature, including a report by the National Academy of Sciences, depresses wages and reduces job opportunity for minority American workers. Immigrants, both legal and illegal, tend to congregate in large cities and take positions in the unskilled workforce. In fact, so many immigrants who lack high school diplomas have come to the U.S. in the past 20 years that they've increased the size of low-skilled workforce by 25%. That puts them in direct competition with African Americans who disproportionately occupy the low-wage urban labor market. Work from the eminent Harvard economist George Borjas shows that when immigration increases the size of the labor pool by 10%, wages for African American men drop 2.5%, and their employment rate declines by nearly 6%. Likewise, in 2010, reports from U.S. Civil Rights Commission concluded that the African American men are more likely to be in labor competition with immigrants. Commissioner Pete Kirsanoff emphasized how this competition can effectively lock young workers out of the job market. You eliminate the rungs on the ladder because a sizable number of African American men don't have access to entry-level jobs. Blind support for unfettered immigration seems at odds with Democrats' policy priorities. This party has admirably been at the forefront of the campaign to reform the criminal justice system. Policies such as the mandatory minimum sentences, which I don't, has it been progress on that shit? For example, have deeply damaged African American communities, dooming millions of African American men and women to long prison sentences for nonviolent crimes. How have we been doing on that shit? This is why I keep talking about this political. We really, really got to get political and start holding our politicians, our representatives, feet to the fire, because these motherfuckers been working on this for quite a while. The Republicans was able to put a great pumpkin into office that's just doing all types of shit. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the fuck going on between him and Putin right now. But the point of the matter is, they saw, they wanted it, they got it, made it happen. We've been talking about this prison shit for a long time. We still got no results. So maybe we, as black folks, we need to stop being so concerned about what party we are in and start being more concerned about what party wants to serve our interests. And the next article that I'm going to talk to you about right now is going to show one of the parties that we might need to start backing. Yeah, I've been doing my research this morning. I got my ass up early. I said, I need some news. I want some news. We need some shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Look at what they did in France for the World Cup, and then they tried to blame it on other people, meaning us. No, I didn't see that. Again, they are protecting the sex trafficking in that area. My thoughts. All right, just last month, a number of high-profile Democratic mayors, including New York Mayor Bill de Blasio, Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti, and New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu, pulled out of an immigration meeting with President Trump in retaliation for the administration's crackdown on sanctuary cities, pointing out the damage done by free-flowing foreign labor wasn't condemned by leading Democratic politicians. Not long ago, left-leaning lawmakers frequently called for common sense limits on immigration. We're not going to read all this, but the point is that the Democratic Party no longer serves our interests. That's basically what's coming out of this. Republicans don't want to serve our interests. Democrats don't want to serve our interests. Everybody is putting us on the back burner and using terms like people of color and minorities and just lumping us into a group and not dealing with our specific issues. And it is, for right now, family, it is enough. I'm saying it's enough. I'm sorry, Miss CeeLo. I see you now, or will she now? Says who? The Tyler or those folks that she hit? They are completely uncivilized and forbidden from ever watching anyone else's children. I've not heard this story. Oh, okay, so CeeLo is on the app getting busy. Go ahead, CeeLo. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Use the app, family. We're about to go and get rid of this whole Facebook shit real soon. I'm sorry. I mean, I like the Facebook, but Facebook don't do nothing for us at all. Look at what they did. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, saw when you posted that first article concerning women hanging babies. Oh man, dude. I mean, it's so now let's go to the next one, because now, so I read that and I'm like, boom. So we got these parties that's out here not serving our interests. Right? Not serving our interests. Not even feeling. And then we'll fire your ass if you have anything to say. Right? You know what I'm saying? So we can't really reflect ourselves in the media unless we do what we're doing right here, right now, because we have these type of discussions here on the journey. Right? You can't really do this shit in some of the outlets that they have. We can't talk about Pan-Africanism. We can't talk about black and being descendants of slaves and what's owed in the regular media in most cases. But then this morning, because like I said, I am honing my skills because I'm getting ready for this newsletters. So reparations now. Bart Everson toured a local platform for reparation. Mid-City Messenger. This is I think it's out of New Orleans or Louisiana, but we're going to look at this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Bart Everson toured a local platform for reparations, right? Now, this it appears to be a white dude on here. Right? The anniversary of New Orleans Massacre 1866 is coming up later this month on July 30th. We should not forget this event, essentially a race riot in which 238 people were killed, the vast majority of whom were black war veterans who had fought for the Union. But the war had ended a year earlier. The massacre was a crucial factor which led to the passage of the Reconstruction Acts. For a brief moment, a century and a half ago, it seemed as if our nation was poised to begin the long and difficult process of healing from the wounds which slavery inflicted on the body politic. Instead, that process was sabotaged and repressed in relatively short order. Call it the deconstruction of Reconstruction. Is there a city in the United States where we know this better? He's talking about his city, New Orleans. The legacy of slavery looms large here. Though official acknowledgments of this history are scanty, the Crescent City was also home to one of the largest populations of free people of color. It stands to reason that the people in New Orleans should be at the forefront of the newly reinvigorated movement toward making reparations for slavery. Reparation now, an issue whose time has come. And so we are. On July 9th, now I want y'all to listen to this. On July 9th, there was a meeting on the prospects of a local platform for such reparation. It was sponsored by the Green Party of New Orleans. Note, I serve as the chair of this group. All of our meetings at the Mid-City Library are free and open to the public. Local artists, activists, and entrepreneurs Anika Ofori drew on her experience working with the Green Party of the United States to give an informal presentation which informed and framed our discussion. Anika began with a brief historical overview, outlining the establishment of the Freedmen's Bureau and the Reconstruction Acts, as well as the sabotage of Reconstruction through the acts of violence. Alright? Current efforts on to establish reparations for slavery stems from the middle of the 20th century, picking up momentum in the 1990s, slowed temporarily by politics shifts after the terrorist attack of 2001. Anika recounted the work of the National Coalition of Black Reparations in America, in COBRA, and the National African American Reparation Commission, NARC, including their preliminary 10-point plan, which is modeled after a similar plan endorsed by the Caribbean Community, CARICOM. It is a holistic program that will finally get our nation on the road to healing. A wealth of detailed information can be found via the Reparation Resource Center maintained by the Institute of the Black World 21st Century. You can find it at https whatever. Y'all can look it up. It's on my site. It's on my site. You can look up that because I ain't gonna be. House Resolution 40, officially titled the Commission to Study the Development of Reparation Proposal for African Americans Act, was introduced to Congress in January 27 by John Conyers, Jr. He introduced the bill repeatedly over the almost 3 decades since he resigned in December. The future of the bill is unclear. Nevertheless, the Green Party of the United States has endorsed the idea of reparations, both in general principle as part of the Green Party platform, as well as more specifically endorsing H.R. 40. Talking to me, homie. I'm going to stop right there. Y'all going to finish the article. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Political parties need to play towards us rather than us playing towards them. We need people to bend for us rather than us constantly bending and serving others. We have a legitimate claim on this country that we need to make sure people start recognizing. Period. Right? Last article, and I'm not going to read through it, but I want y'all to know that it's up on the site. Like I said, I'm getting y'all prepared because on the newsletter, we're going to be hitting this type of shit all the time. Alright? And even more, because then we're going to get into the nation building. What it's like to be a school therapist, what they have noticed is that school therapists are in high demand right now. You know what I'm saying? Our children are suffering from mental illness. They're saying 1 in every 5, right, that needs some type of counseling during school. How the fuck is I mean, our kid. I mean, come on now, and where a majority of these kids with these issues are. I wonder why. Make you really wonder. All right, so tonight at 9 p.m. we're gonna be having the show. Let some shit pop up, but y'all know how it is. I try to make sure we do it. So for this folktale, we got the monkey and the camel. I don't remember reading this one. Maybe this one might be funny. Y'all ready? The beast of the forest gave a splendid entertainment. My fault. The beast of the forest gave a splendid entertainment at which the monkey stood up and danced. Having vastly delighted the assembly, he sat down amidst universal applause. The camel, envious of the praises bestowed on the monkey, and desiring to divert to himself the favor of the guest, proposed to stand up in his turn and dance for their amusement. He moved about in so utterly a ridiculous a manner that the beast, in a fit of indignation, sat upon him with clubs and drove him out of the assembly. I'm sorry. And the moral, it says, it is absurd to ape our betters. It is absurd to ape our betters. I won't read it again, but we will be discussing it tonight. Pass it on, let people know. We will be discussing. I'm gonna tear this one. I'm gonna tear it up, right? I'm gonna make it fit into the life, into some of the issues we got going on. I could listen. This one right here. This one is a nation builder's dream. Nation builder's dream. I'm gonna hit it. Full steam, full speed ahead. Now it's time for us to pour these libations. Are y'all ready? That was in New Orleans. But they saying the National Green Party, and I want y'all to listen, the National Green Party is talking about putting reparations on their platform. So I'm looking for a representative of the Green Party in Columbus, Ohio. I'm just saying. Motherfuckers got to speak to me now. You know what I'm saying? It's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time we start training our young people to start looking out for their political interests. It's time for us to start training them at a young age to become politically active, to become political thinkers, to become economic thinkers, to become businessmen, or as Marcus Garvey described, big men of business, big women of business. You understand what I'm saying? It's that time, family. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, and you know what I'm saying? All this, go to college, go to college and go in debt. You know what I'm saying? I was just one day I was listening to a show, and the guy was talking about the whole college piece, and the question he asked, he said, "Would you rather send your child to college, or would you want to support your child's hobby? For example, if your child had a hobby and they like working with computers, you could either choose to send them to school for $40,000 a year, which would be, if he stayed in school and was able to get out exactly on time at $40,000 a year, that would be $160,000, right? Or you could allow the child to live in your house and experiment in your garage, and you will go out and get $40,000 worth of equipment for, like, if he was into computers and into 3D printing and shit like that. You would get him that equipment and allow them to experiment on your dime for 4 years, and it will come out cheaper, and you never know what this child will be able to develop, what type of businesses this child would be able to develop, because some of the things that we could do that is affordable in our community, right, it's still going to be expensive, but it take a group of us to do. We need to be able to come up with incubators, right, where we present our children with access to equipment, right? At our school right now, what we're doing is we partner up with a program, and we're able to give our young people access to gardening, access to advanced gardening skills, right? So that they can come out and be certified and assist other people in gardening, especially when it comes to aeroponics. See, we're not just talking about going outside and digging in the dirt, even though they're learning that. They're learning aeroponics, right? Boom. Why aeroponics? Because this is the bottom line, family. The fact of the matter is, regardless of how you believe climate change is happening, whether it's a natural phenomenon or whether it's man-caused, something is happening. So since the environment is changing outside, we need to start taking advantage and learning how to grow inside, because we might not be able to control the weather out there, but we definitely can control the weather inside, especially if we make advances in our energy production. Do you understand what I'm saying? So future-wise, right? Because I'm sitting around and think about this shit all the time. Future-wise, the move for some of us is to get our kids involved in gardening, not just going outside, but being able to do gardening all year round. What would stop us from taking a room and stacking it, or taking a building and stacking it from top floor to bottom floor with inside growing towers, and on the bottom floor possibly put fish down there? I mean, come on now. Hell, in the backyard, what's to stop us from having chickens? You could do that shit in the city. You know what I'm saying? Laboratory. Kids could develop. We start small. We start with one room. We start with a house. We start with a garage. Hell, we start with a school. Brother, I tell you doing some nation building shit up under the radar. But it ain't even up under the radar. It's right there. It's real. And it's something that could be continued anyway. It's something that could be duplicated. My goal is, just like with the ambrosia, I'm not trying to hog this shit. The ideas that are coming, they're not mine. They come through me because of the ancestors. And the piece is, we have to be able to start sharing stuff, because it's like this. Family, you can hold on to all the secrets that you have and all the skills that you have. But we're moving into a time where, for example, people ain't going to be able to afford to even get their own houses. Families is going to have to start shacking up. Y'all don't see that shit coming? Is it just me? Is it just me? You know what I'm saying? Really, is it just me seeing the fact that we're moving into a time where it's going to be hard for a family to even afford to stay in a place by themselves? We're going to be forced to live like immigrants. We're going to be forced to be living in a country where most of us got roots that's over 300 years of being here. Some of us have been here since the inception of this shit, right? Of the legal country called the United States of America. Some of our people have been here since the establishment of this, right? And eventually we're gonna have to be living. We done help build the most powerful country in the history of the world, and we're gonna have to live like we just got here. Some of us living like we just got here. We just are able to clean it up and make it look nice. You able to live on credit. Give me a fucking break. All right, let me take my shot, and then we're gonna do our libation. Hot damn, summer in the city. Make sure you get your shirt. I posted up the link for the shirts. So, Miss CeeLo, I'm working on getting that pink. But first, I'm gonna make sure I get the printed stuff right. I want to make sure it's right, so that when I'm start lining up, because we're gonna do one fell swoop. I'm gonna grab some of the young brothers, and we're gonna just sit down and we're gonna start doing these shirts. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Try to do maybe 10 to 15 a day. If we could do them all in one day, we're gonna try to get them all out the way, get them done, have them ready for those people that's ordering, send out the orders that are already been submitted, and then get ready for the next batch. And I'm thinking about doing some in white as well, white and gray, black and gray, and I gotta find this I don't even know what type of pink that is that it's just talking about, but I'm gonna have to find it. So I'm gonna have a few pink ones. So ladies, y'all want pink? I'll get pink. I guess I don't want to be sexist. Brothers, if y'all want pink, y'all get pink too. I just don't want no damn pink. I grew up out that phase. Killed my water. All right. So now what we have today, I'm premiering red top. I can't remember what type of berry. It's some type of berry that I made this out of. Goji berry. Woo, I like to say it, man. There's goji berry, and of course, I know it has bee pollen in it. Now remember, when you are opening up your ambrosia, you need to have a bigger cup up under your ambrosia. Make sure that you wipe down. I'm using the Tracy method. Make sure you wipe down your glass. Wipe down your bottle, right? Because you're going to have stuff coming down. Because it's alive. It's a living drink. So let's see what we got. Remember, let it, you know. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Ooh, I smell that goji berry. Look up the health benefits. A real good berry. And you know, I just started messing with them because I was able to look at that. And I know y'all like, Brother Hatim, why do I want to go through this every morning? Why would I want to go through this every morning? Well, you can always get the gallon and don't do it like this. But the carbonation help this get into your system a little bit better, as well as for some of y'all that be suffering from indigestion, heartburn, those type of things. Carbonation help you get rid of some of that. And it still got the bee pollen. It still got the raw honey. It got all this stuff. Now watch that hair. Watch that hair. Well, look at that. Look at that. Not only can you get that from me, I will show you how to make that at home. Look at that. Look at that. But I mean, the goji berry smell is in there. You're going to get all the health benefits. Then on top of that, you got a probiotic. A probiotic. So here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute our Creator. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, where we going? We're going to the stars of the show. We're going to pull on our ancestor list, and we're going to read. And here we go. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Henry Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland Jenny Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fillar, Montague Pittman, El Nomo X, Pat Meyer, Ra, Malika Fakure, Dr. Marianne Williams, Scojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Danielle Pulling, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Edith Brooke Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rindelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hines Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Augusta Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selby Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lovina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Johnson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineau, Elder Amitat Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Hahn, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. To the pretty book. Remember, for those that want their ancestors added to the list, the number is 614-300-1875. 614-300-1875. Text us the name of your ancestors, all right? Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Javea McCormick, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Hiram Phillips, William Ford Jr., Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Mura Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Baba Naeem, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., John Dewey, and Ruth Beard, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staton, Joel Jamel Alls, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Albert Moore, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Vivian Stevenson, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lester and Rachel Saunders, John Bowie, Alex Nixon, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Case, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron, Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Halsey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson. Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Aunt Becca, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Lee Irby, Tom Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haiti Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Emma McClendon, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Ruth Carter, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles. Cleveland, yeah. Go take a bath or a shower. Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Phyllis Lee, DeFreitas Hines, Inez Bastick, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry. And we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go from there to the present moment. The present moment. Man, unbelievable. The present moment.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
So we salute this moment. In this moment is our power. And I'm just challenging each one of us to evaluate what are we doing with the time that we have. Right? Because we never wake up in the past. We never wake up in the future. We always wake up in now. And the only thing we are dealing with is the ever-present moment. But this ever-present moment is built on the moments in the past. Right? And the foundation was laid for us to stand upon. So we have to make sure that we leave a firm foundation for our children to stand on. Not only a firm foundation, but our entire structure. A structured legacy so that they could walk through and add additional rooms to, right? So we lift up our glass to this present moment. Right now, family, we are in Kujichagulia. The mnemonic principle of the day is justice. Color is indigo. Correspondence is the hermetic principle. If you're born on this day, male, you're Kwabena, that's me, and female, that's Abina. That's Gina G. Alright. If you are in the African Center Cultural Virtue Value System, that's used by the emotional emancipation circles, today is in Wolof, the word is Kursa, self-respect and respect for others. A card is generosity and beneficence. And in traditional Yoruba, Ifa Bale, calmness. Alright. So we lift up our glass to this moment. We say Ashe. We move to our future. We toast our children now. We toast our children in advance. We toast our children for the great things that they will accomplish. Because, of course, we're going to leave them a foundation where they're going to be able to dive off into greatness, right? That's what you're working on right now, right? That's why you're writing that book right now, right? That's why you're working on the math problems right now, right? That's why you're getting the political agenda together right now, right? Right? This is why you're doing the business that you're doing right now, right? So we lift up our glass and we say Ashe to the future generation. From their family, we toast all of our relations and we say Ashe. Right now is where we do the private moment, the selfish libation. Raise up our glass. I can't hold it too long. We say Ashe. From their family, we move on. Where do we go? We go to the most powerful being in the room. And you know who that is. That's you. I know you knew that. I knew you knew that. It's you. The most powerful being in the room. I salute you. We say, Ashe. 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 We wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years, family. And guess what? I'm out. So remember, like and share. Like and share. Share on your timeline. Not on Gye-Nyame Journey. Share on your timeline. Your timeline. Yeah, yours. Share on your timeline, Spreaker. All right. This Brother Hatem. Of course, you know this is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of December production. Of course, you know this has been a daily toast. Strive to blow up those old paradigms.